Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs from all over the world, please make welcome the truth guy, Mr. Home-Based Business himself. The man of the hour, everyone's favorite, Kerry Miller.
Hey, Ed, good evening. Man, I got too much going on here. Let me see here. Let me turn this down. I got things reverberating in my ear and over my ear and everything else. And we're trying some new things here in the studio, and there we go. I couldn't figure out where I was at. Let me move this screen over here to this other screen, and that'll work a little bit better when I have to make some changes here. But it's good to see everybody. It's good to have everybody here, and we want to make sure that you understand exactly where we're going to be coming from and what we're going to be doing. I'm going to come to you about 10 minutes every day. And I know that time is short for a lot of people, and you want to be able to uh, get information and move on, right? I mean, that's just where we're at in today's society. Get information and move on. And that's what we're going to do. So, what are we going to talk about today? Getting started in business. And I'm going to get right to the point. I'm not going to mess around. We're going to just go right into it and make it happen and getting started in business. And what are you going to do to get started in business? And I've talked about this a lot. And I'm literally going to be here for 10 minutes. So this first part's going to just give you something to think about over the weekend. And I get started in a lot of things every single day, and it's exciting to do what I do and be a part of what I'm a part of, and go through all the things that I go through and plan every day. So in order to get started doing anything, you have to plan. You have to put a plan together and know exactly where you're going and what direction you're going and where you're going to do it and how you're going to do it and what you're going to be a part of. You say, well, Kerry, what do you mean by starting a plan? You know, what is it that I had to do to make a plan? First off, you have to know what you want. What is it that you want? And I'm not talking about what is it that everybody else wants. We're going to talk about your why in another episode. But I'm talking about today. What is it that you want? And I'm talking to you specifically, the ones that are watching this show, the ones that are wanting to make a difference in your life. And you say, well, Kerry, what kind of difference are we talking? I'm talking about a financial difference. That's what we are going to specifically focus on is finance. And we're going to specifically focus on where you're going to go and what you're going to do and how you're going to get there and why you want to do that. But today I want you to think about you. Take everything else out of it. We don't want to talk about anybody else. We want to specifically talk about you. What is it that you want? Do you want to generate wealth in order to do something special in your life? Do you want to generate wealth so you can do something special in somebody else's life? Do you want to do something special so you can help other organizations? Do you want to do something special so that you can make things happen that you've always dreamed of happening? What is it that you specifically want to do? Now, I'll give you an example. When I started my business, and I'm talking years ago, okay, I've been doing this for 10, 12 years now. When I went into business for myself and I walked away from the corporate world and I said, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not creating wealth for somebody else. I'm going to do this for me. Okay, this is for me. I wanted that freedom. I wanted freedom in my life to be able to do the things that I wanted to do and get away from that hubbub of the 9 to 5, clicking a clock and doing all those things. And you have to make a decision on if that's what you want to do. And so when I walked away from my job, and I was getting paid very well for what I did. And when I walked away from that, I knew that there was no turning back. I knew that I had to move forward. I knew that because other people depended on me, that I had to make it happen. And in order to make it happen, in order to do the things that I wanted to do, I had to bust my butt. Now, a lot of people say, well, gosh, man, I thought you go into business so you don't have to work so hard. Well, that's exactly why you go into business. But in the beginning, when you first start, you've got to give it 120% every single day. You know, I hear some people say, well, I'm going to give it 110. No, 110 is not going to get it when you're launching a business because you have to focus. You have to give it everything you have. You have to be able to do all the things that you do. And you have to continually make things happen in your life in order to get to where you want to go. How do you do that? You cannot have distractions. You have to take all the distractions out. So when it's your time, when it's your business building time, when it's your time to get things going and make things happen and make the changes in your life so that you can gain that financial success that you're looking for, so you can get to that place that you want to be, you have to focus and you have to remove those distractions, because distractions will slow you down. I'll give you a prime example. I've got a phone there. I've got a phone there. I've got two screens up right here. I've got two screens up right here. I've got different things going on different screens. But when I'm doing a show, and you'll see me sometimes get distracted because I'll look over here, or I'll look over here, or somebody sends me a message on my phone. I always try to turn my phones off. Okay, that's one thing I try to do. Now, I will tell you before this little video here, because I just decided I'm going to start doing this every day, I turn my phones off. Phones are the biggest distraction you have. Facebook, huge distraction. Turn it off. Facebook Messenger, huge distraction. Turn it off. Your text messages, text your family, text your wife, text your kids, text whoever, your significant other, whatever you do in your life, text those people and say, hey, for the next 2 hours, this is my time. This is me. I'm fixing to do these things in order to make things happen so that I can build my business. This is my time. You say, well, Kerry, what if I don't have 2 hours? Then block off whatever period that you have. Use a Google Calendar, use your phone calendar. Set up those periods. Make sure you set up the notifications and you say, okay, this is my time. During this period, and we're going to talk about this in the very next session tomorrow, during the next period, you've got to know what you're going to do in that block of time that you set aside. So get rid of the distractions and know what your plan is for you. Okay? Because your plan for you, getting to where you want to go, doing the things that you want to do, being in the places that you want to be, will get you there if, and only if, you make it happen. Nobody's going to make it happen for you. You can't call me on the phone and say, okay, Kerry, I want to make this happen. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. How do I do it? You just have to do it. You just told me your entire plan. You just told me everything that you've got laid out. You just told me exactly where you're going and what you're going to do. You've got to start. You've got to start doing it, and you got to be consistent, and you've got to do it every day. And if you're not consistent every day and you don't do it every day, you're not going to make it. You're going to fail. That's why you're not where you are today. And you've been saying for the last how many years, I'm going to do this. You know what, honey, we're going to do this. We're going to make this money. We're going to be able to set up our retirement. We're going to be able to set up all this money, and next thing you know, it's too late. It's like, oh my gosh, man, I wanted to do all this during this period and it's too late. So what do I do now? Now you got to fast track. Okay. Now, instead of an hour a day or 2 hours a day, you might have to go to 3 or 4 hours a day. Because if you were going to do 2 hours a day over the last 2 years and you didn't do that, and 2 years have passed, you got to say, okay, I've got to get serious. I've got to get really serious. Did you see me get distracted just then? I want you to go back to about the 8-minute and 50-second point, because I saw in the corner of my eye the timer. And I want to keep this at 10 minutes, and I've got a minute and something left, or less than a minute now. But take all that away. Make a plan, and we're going to talk about a plan tomorrow. Put a plan together. Get you a calendar. You've got a calendar on your phone. You've got a calendar on your computer. You've got a calendar in Google Calendars. I mean, there's calendars everywhere that you can set up. But with that said, I'm going to close this out. So today is about you. Make your plans. Get started. Do what you have to do. Make it happen for you. And I will guarantee you it will do that. And also plan on spending every day with me for 10 minutes. 10 minutes will change your life financially if you allow it. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm going to start doing my podcast every Tuesday night. I'll see you next Tuesday, but I will see you tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs from all over the world, please make welcome the truth guy, Mr. Home-Based Business himself. The man of the hour, everyone's favorite, Kerry Miller.